Today on In the Woodyard, it's a big day in the Woodyard. We've got deliveries, we've got cleanup, we've got prep work to do. We got a lot to do. Let's get busy. Welcome back, fellow Firewood fanatics. My name is Chris, in case you're here for the first time. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. Today's a huge day in the Woodyard. Tomorrow's a huger day in the Woodyard. So today, I've got a lot of work to do to get ready for tomorrow, because tomorrow we have a special guest coming. This wood right here I loaded up last night. For you it was yesterday. You should have watched that video. There is a 1/3 of a cord in the front, 1/3 of a cord in the back, and I'm gonna deliver it to the same guy, but he has two houses, which is odd, but that's what he's got. So I'm gonna go push off the back part of it at one place, and then we're gonna dump the other 1/3 of a cord at his other place. I'm gonna go do that first. Then when we get back, we have a lot of work to do. Now tomorrow, Logger Al is coming back. We're running the processor tomorrow. He's coming early and we're gonna work all day. So we've got a 2-man team. We're gonna hit the logs tomorrow. That is what we're gonna do. So what I gotta do before he comes is I gotta get everything ready. I've gotta move my totes, put a new tote in place, get the sawdust tote, cut out the new one, and I'm gonna cut the top off so that I can get it out easier. I'm gonna scoop up all the sawdust on the ground over there. I got debris and stuff to clean up underneath it. I just changed the bar out yesterday. I'm gonna put some bar oil in. I'm gonna get everything greased. I'm gonna get it all ready to go for tomorrow. And because he's coming tomorrow, I need a place to put the wood. So what I'm going to do is I am going to open up some areas where we can dump wood, because I'm gonna have to dump it to keep up. There's no way I can stack it fast enough to keep up with the cutting. So it'd be nice if we could get 4, 5, 6 loads done tomorrow. I don't know, we'll see what happens. So yesterday or 2 days ago, I was working in this area. This is where all the tree service wood was, which is all down over there now, and my pile did not fall over yet, by the way. I pulled out the splitter here. I took the tent down, the canopy sitting right over there. I'm gonna get this area here all cleaned out. I'm gonna move pallets out of the way. I'm gonna rake this all up, and I'm gonna be dumping wood right in here. That is where this is gonna go. That's one of the areas I can dump in, and then the other area is all ready to go because the area is opened up because I already stacked the wood, which is down here where my leaning tower of wood is, right here, that has not fallen over yet. Fell over right here, which looks even worse today. So I can dump a load like right over here because it can be stacked here. I can dump a load right over here because it can be stacked here. And I can probably dump another load like right out here because it can be stacked right in this area. So I could probably dump 3 or 4 loads right back in this area. And the first area I showed you, up where I was doing all the tree service wood, the splitting, and where I split right into the trailer and hauled it away, up here where the splitter is, all of this right here, I think I could probably easily get, at least 4, maybe 5, 6 loads dumped right in this area once I get this all cleared up. I'm gonna move pallets out of here, rake it all up. I'm gonna move these logs here because some of this can be processed. I'm gonna move those up. Some of the other stuff I'm gonna move out of here. So really from right here all the way down there, this is all gonna be opened up today. So that's what's gonna happen. But right now, we're going to deliver some wood. Down the road we go. So I am back from my delivery you saw me just do, and I backed up the trailer right into the area here so that I can have wood fall right into it from the processing we're gonna do tomorrow, because I do not need my trailer anymore. On my way back, I got another order for wood. It's for a face cord, 1/3 of a cord of oak. So I'm gonna go, after I disconnect the trailer, I'm gonna go load that up and go deliver it. But something happened while I was at this delivery. Met the coolest guy. His name is Travis, and he's ex-Army. He was a career Army guy, and he is now out, and he started a couple small businesses. He does handyman work, and he makes jerky. So when I was there, he says, "Oh, you gotta try my jerky." So he gave me a bag, and I tried it. It's awesome. So I said, I gotta buy some more. $7 a bag, and it's the best jerky I ever had, by the way. And I'm gonna show you his label. So if you guys wanna give him a call to order some, I imagine he has it for sale, and you could get it because it was really good. There is the label. So it is T's Bangin' Jerky, and his number is 920-427-2670. to order. It is really good. It's got a lot of tang to it. If you like hot, spicy, very sweet jerky, it's awesome. I'll be buying more of this. So it's $7 a bag. Plus, I imagine if you guys buy it, you got to ship it. But tell him that I sent you when you call him, because he's just getting going with it. And he said he's selling everything he can produce. So I got a feeling he's going to get really busy. So very cool. Not affiliated, not making any money off of it. Give him a call though. If you like jerky, he's a good guy. So I'm going to disconnect this and we're going to go load up some oak. I am back in the wood zone. I backed my truck in right here where the oak is, and I'm going to be taking a face cord, a third of a cord from right here and putting it in the truck right now. Here we go again. The wood was there, and now it's over there. That took about 12 minutes from the time I started to the time I turned the camera off just now. So this was not ideal as far as how close I could get, because the truck is kind of in between two piles here and here. I could have got a little closer maybe, but I got my detention pond is right there, and I don't really like driving into that because it's pretty soft usually. So I try to stay on the edge, but I got, you know, from there to here where the wood was, I had to take a few steps, which is not ideal, but it still didn't take long. So right there's where the wood was, and over there's the truck. Most of the time I like to back the truck up, so it's literally when I drop the gate, I grab the wood and throw it in, so it's a lot faster. Normally if I can back right up to a pile, I can load a load of wood in like 6-7 minutes, just chucking it in like this loose if it's pre-measured. So it goes pretty quick. And a lot of guys are like, well, why don't you use grapple, why don't you use your bucket? Because by the time I got my tractor, started it up, drove over here, picked it up, however I was going to do that, which is not good and not clean, I had it done. So I also do this for exercise. You guys got to remember, I'm not trying to avoid work. I'm trying to do the right amount of work, which means I go to bed tired every night. So there it is. We're going to go down the road. We're going to go deliver it right now. I am back from my delivery. I did not record it because it was in a little bitty garage, and I backed right in. I had to fold my mirrors in to get in, and we stacked the wood right in the back. The truck barely fit in the garage. I mean, there was no room for anything. Tiny, tiny garage, but it's in there, and I got paid, and I'm back. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on cleaning this area up here. We're going to go back, we're going to start up the tractor, and I'm going to, I got the bucket on it, so I'm going to rake up all that debris, and we're going to haul some debris back and dump it and get that area all cleaned up, get the pallets moved out of there, and that's what's going to happen. So it's cleanup time. So here's the big project. This is where I cut all of the tree service wood up that was here. And I want to be able to dump wood here like I mentioned. So what I'm going to do is obviously clean all the debris out, dump that, and then get my pallets ready. So I start with rows coming this direction. And I'm going to be dumping wood kind of up close to it so I can start stacking right back here and work this direction towards me. And then I got to get all this stuff out of here. I got to get these totes moved out here because I want to get those ready for sawdust. I've got all this to clean up. I've got some wood right here. I'm going to move over to the pile. So this whole area, so basically everything from that pile all the way over to there is going to be cleaned up. Now another thing I just realized, which I've been thinking about, that I've got to come up with a new cookie bin because my 2 cookie bins are pretty much full. This one is heaping, and the one you see over there, that one's pretty full too. So I think right over there I'm going to build another cookie bin. Maybe not today though, I might just dump them here for now. I don't know if I have time, but first thing I had to do is get this cleaned up. So it's time to get raking and shoveling. So I got most of this cleaned up where the tractor is right in here. Now I just got to get rid of these stringers. I'm going to throw them over there into that corner. And I'm going to line up these corner pallet pieces kind of along here, like 3 or 4 of them along here, because that way I can dump the wood right up to it and then start stacking right away. Okay, I'll show you what I've got done so far. I moved these 3 pallets out of here, out of the way, so they're on this side, so I'm not having them in the way. So I'll use those on the ends once I get to the ends as far as stacking. But I cleared all this out of here. I've got 6 corners across here with space in between. There's a couple feet between each one, and I stepped it off, and from right here, which is the edge of my parking lot, I'm standing where the gravel just starts. If I bring wood all the way out to here, which I can do to there, it's about 34 feet, 33, 34 feet. So somewhere right about in here, I should be able to get 4 full cords right here, and then right here another 4, so that's 8, and then another 4 right here, so that makes 12. And then here I'm only going to be able to get 3 because there's a big stump right here I can't go past. I got to burn out yet. I'll be able to get 3 here. So that'll give me 15, and another 3 is 18, then another 3 is like 20, 21, something like that. So I'll be able to get 21 full cords right in this area right here. And then a lot of this wood over here is tree service, well, it's all tree service wood that I separated, and a lot of this is nasty, crotchy stuff like you see right here, stuff like that. But there is also some good ones in here too. I see there's some straight ones right in here, smaller stuff. Right here's a good one. I saw a couple other ones in here too that I will be able to put on the processor. I think there's one back here, one right there. It's kind of a crooked, but it's not knotty. So there's some stuff in here I'll be able to run through the processor, but a lot of this I'll end up probably cutting by hand with the chainsaw because it's some nasty stuff. So hopefully I can cut it right here and then stack it right next door right here, depending on how much wood we get done tomorrow when else here. So the next project I have to do, so I'm going to go over to where I put the totes. You saw me take those over there. I'm going to cut those out. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do that. I'm trying to think about if I'm going to do some type of cutting the top off so I can just flip it over like a lid. By putting on zip ties or something onto one side, or maybe only cutting part of it so it's somewhat hinged so I can open it to dump it out. But I want to make it so that I can close it, but also open it so I can dump them. So my plan is that I've got a couple contacts for taking it to people that have chickens and horses, and I'll probably be able to either trade or sell the sawdust for stuff. And I'll be able to get rid of it and like I said, either trade for something or you know, get paid for it. Either way, don't care. As long as I can get rid of it and it's good for everybody, that's all that matters to me. So I'm gonna go work on that right now. Here we go. Okay, so the next job I have to do today is get my totes ready for using better. I cut these holes originally and they worked fine. I collect 90%, maybe 95% of the sawdust goes in here. But you always get some overspray, and there's some stuff that comes off of the saw that flies before it even gets here. It doesn't go down the chute, it flies up and then down and falls below the processor. But what I think I'm gonna do, because I need to be able to empty these eventually, so I've been thinking about it, and I looked at a lot of other people's ways that they have used totes for sawdust. What I'm going to do, what I decided to do for me, is I'm gonna cut right here, I'm gonna cut right here, and I'm going to leave this top bar here, and I'm going to cut right here. So I'm going to take these 3 cuts off. Then I'm going to open this hole bigger here. Do the same on this side, make this hole bigger. So that's what I'm going to do. On this one, we'll see how it works. So it's time to get cutting. that's a lot bigger. I think that's going to be adequate. I'll be able to get sawdust out of there. Right. Well, we'll see if that works. It should. Because even if this bumps up first, that should work. I don't know, then I just cut the zip tie and flip it up. I could put another zip tie up there for transport. No sawdust won't blow out. But I figured I'd just put them backwards if I'm going to be hauling them. So we'll see if this works. It should work. I got one to go. This one down here, the little guy. So I had 3 big ones and then 1 small one here. So this one here, I think I'm going to cut just to here. I'm going to cut this section right here. And that should be enough. All right, so here's the little one. You can see I zip tied it down there, and then this bigger one I zip tied it. It's a much bigger flap because it's a bigger opening. And then this one I just cut open, so this will just be open, and then this one over here is obviously open too, but you can see there's the chute, so plenty of room for it to go in. And I think I'll be able to get sawdust out of there just fine. I think that's a plenty big opening. So if I tip them over on their side, we can shovel it out and then eventually tip them over and tip it out. So there you go. I have 4 IBC totes and I have 2 people that are interested in sawdust already. So that's a good thing. So I'll be able to get rid of it, whether it's trading for stuff or free, I don't care. I'm not looking to get rich on it. I'm not going to have that much. It's not like I'm going to produce semi-loads. If I can get rid of, a couple totes at a time and then keep a couple totes open, that would be good, because I'm not going to cut all the time. Eventually I'll get some more totes and I can fill them up and then just have them. But by having these flaps on like this, I think I'll be able to keep the rain off the top. I took the cover off, and what I've been doing is I've been putting the cover on just kind of like this to keep the rainwater out. Or on this one here, what I did was I had the cover off, but I just been taking the flap that I cut off and just setting it like that just to keep the rain out, so let it breathe. Plus having these bigger openings, here's the one too I've got with, I just got the flap like that, but by having these bigger openings the sawdust will dry out a lot better too, so that'll be nice. So I got one more project left to do for today, and guess what it is? I'm going to start up the Easton Made 22 NB wood processor, because I got Al coming tomorrow. I want to make sure everything's working, because I did put a new bar on, I got a new chain on, I got new bolts on, I fixed everything. So I'm just going to give it a little test run. I'm not going to cut a lot, but I'm going to give it a little test run and just make sure everything's working before I go home and eat some supper, because I'm getting hungry. It's almost 7:30 right now. So, okay, here we go. We're going to start her up. We'll let her warm up for a few minutes and then we'll start her up. That is really hard to do with one hand. I tried filming with my right hand and you only use my left hand on the levers. That is not easy to do. That's not fun. Very, very hard to do because I had to bring the table up, drop the table, open up the gate, bring a log. It's just all with one hand. It could be done, but it's not easy. So everything seems to be working. I think I'm going to tighten the chain just a smidge. I notice when it's running wide open, it starts to kind of open up and you can see space between it there because I just don't want to throw a chain, but I also don't want to have it get, you know, so loose that I throw a chain either. So I come over here and just take a look at it quick. Hopefully it's not too hot. It's just warm. Oh, actually it tightened up. Huh. I'm gonna check it again tomorrow. Yeah, you can pull it just a little bit. It might need to be loosened up just a smidge. But I'll check it out tomorrow and just see. But it seems to be running really good. But we'll check it out in the morning once it cools down, and then I'll make sure it's good to go. So there she is. Tomorrow, Al will be here. Logger Al is coming. Mr. ZZ Top himself. And we're gonna make wood, lots of wood. It's going to be here by 9 o'clock and we hope to run most of the day. So it's supposed to be a beautiful day like today. So that should be awesome. We should be able to produce a lot of wood, and I'm going to be loading the deck, dumping wood, sorting stuff, cleaning stuff out, and he's going to sit in the operator's chair here, and he's going to be the woodmeister, or woodmaster. So that is the plan for tomorrow. So come on back. Between now and then, go watch some videos. There's 700 on my channel waiting for you to watch. Otherwise, 5:30 tomorrow morning, Al will be here. Come on back. Good night, Irene.